Let me know if you have any requests. We're gonna work on our earth element and our metal element today because we're transitioning from those seasons. The earth element is late summer, and some of you on the west coast and maybe in the lower states are still in earth element season, but those of us on the east coast towards the north, we're getting a little bit cooler and we're moving towards metal element season. So we're going to combine those two elements today as we're working with our Chinese medicine roadmap that we love so much. If you're new to me, I'm Bon of Ghost Flower Active, activewear that tracks your energy channels, and we've put key acupressure points onto the clothes so that it can help you map where to connect with your body's energy. I'm giving you a sneak peek today of our next collection coming out. Super excited about some block print and some really fun new tops. It was a little bit cool, but I think I'll be nice and warm as we get to stretching. Grab your blocks if you need them, and also grab a ledge. I'm going to use a little chair action later so we can get our lung channel. So let's get started. Let's get right away onto our mats and bring our elbows underneath our shoulders, knees a little bit wider than hips. Hi team, I'm so excited to see you. So great. Cool. So as you settle onto your mat, really feel the floor below you. Whatever you've got, ground or floor. I've got a ground, right? And here's what makes this kind of stretching special. You're going to activate your tissue as you elongate it. So the activation part of this stretch is pulling the elbows back, like they're going to slide against your mat towards your knees. Keep pulling back with your elbows and then sit yourself back like you're moving into a child's pose, but don't hang out. Come back up to the top. Start over your fingertips, plant your hands down, pull your elbows back. Keep pulling back so that you feel engaged here underneath your armpit as you sit it back. So good, everybody. Yeah, let's try that a couple more times. Notice what's going on as you engage. Can you sense any tension in your upper back? Is there an opening happening? Are you enjoying that gentle yanking sensation? As you pull your elbows back and find the engagement, what are you engaging? You're engaging your muscle tissue and your fascia or your connective tissue. So we're working with that, and we're working with the connective tissue to start clearing any old junky stuff that we don't really want anymore, right? So this will help us internally exfoliate our tissue. That's why I call it flossing, fascia flossing. And that's what we're doing. We're actually clearing this zone out and moving the stagnation, moving the junky stuff we don't want anymore. Bring your forearms to kiss. Bring them underneath your sternum. Plug down with your forearms like you mean business, and almost like you're gonna swoop them sideways against the ground. So keep plugging down, and then you're gonna lift your heart up in towards your upper back. So puff your back up like you're doing a cat thing. And then keep plugging down with your forearms. Kiss your shoulder to the right. Inhale through center. Kiss your shoulder towards the left. Your rib cage is hugging up into the shape a little bit. You're plugging your heart and spreading your shoulder blades wide. And then you're dipping yourself side to side. So the engagement is coming through the forearms, pressing down, and that's activating the outside of your shoulders and maybe into the upper rhomboid zone, yeah? So give that a try, dipping side to side. So good, everybody. I'm so excited to stretch with you. Cool, let's try a couple more, right and left. Belly to spine, please. Legs are plugging down into the ground. Arms are plugging down. Let your ear be open as you listen to each side. Like your jaw is getting super wide. Yum. Delish. Cool, that's a really nice upper back warm-up. Let's come on up. Let's bring our arms wider than our mat. So whoop, out to the sides here. I'm going to just face you. You're going to squeeze your arms together. Keep squeezing together. And then dip your chest forward to open and spread the pecs. Inhale, come up. Squeeze together so my pecs are nice and engaged. Keep engaging and then lower yourself down. Very nice. If you want to come up onto fingertips, you sure can. Squeeze together, and maybe you look left and right, letting one shoulder come in towards the midline, and inhale, come up. Here we are. If you like to know the Chinese medicine roadmap, we're starting to work on our lung channel here, and the fascia, the connective tissue that wraps around the lungs. When fascia gets dense, it compresses. It can compress joints, it can compress muscles, it can compress organs. What it's supposed to do is be a connector and a space maker, but when life happens and we get tight and we use our body in repetitive motions, or we have an accident, all those life things happen, the fascia gets tight, right? And it compresses. So what we're doing right now is we're decompressing. We're creating more space in the lungs so it can receive the air, oxygenate our bodies, and create more breath capacity. What a deal! Just a couple of those flosses, and hopefully our organs get a little bit more space. And my muddy hands, I'm gonna have really cool fingernails after this. I love a little dirt under my fingernails. I mean, come on to your seats. Fingers point towards your booty. I have at least a handprint and a half away from my ass. Soften through your elbows, pull your fingers forward. That's going to engage pec minor. So we just did pec major for lung. Now we're going to do pec minor. That, according to my teacher, Bob Cooley, is associated with the pericardium. I'm sure other practitioners out there will agree. Arms pull forward the whole time, and you're going to puff your chest up to the sky. Soften back down, release. Keep pulling forward with your hands and puff your heart up. Let's do 4 more times. You're releasing the front of the shoulder head, which turns in when all that texting and typing, right? All that stuff that we have to do all day long. So this stretch will help us reverse that texting shoulder, typing shoulder, whatever it is you do. I can't count. Let's say that's last one. You can pull your throat up into the shape and point your chin to the sky, opening the throat and all the lymph that's in there. Good. Softly come down. Let's come onto our back as we go. And we're going to cross our right ankle over our left knee to make a number 4 shape. Thread your arms through and grab your left knee pit. You got it. You're going to press away with the right foot like you're going to kick out into your left knee. And then drag your legs in towards your chest, finding the outside of your right hip. So you're kicking out to engage the outside of the right hip. This is your gallbladder channel. And then keep kicking out as you drag legs towards your chest. You got it. Here we go again. If you want to add on, your neck comes up, you peek through your legs, you pull your belly to spine, shoulders out of ears, lower your head down, lower your legs away. Squeezing up, hugging up. Pulling your legs in towards your body, using your arm strength, and lower yourself down. Gallbladder's associated with decisions. Who has a hard time with decisions? Me. Okay, so I'm going to stretch this and hopefully activate that energy and nourish that energy in my body. They say the gallbladder and the liver help movement, the movement of chi, the movement of life force through the organs. Some schools will say the gallbladder is the general making the decision, and the liver goes and acts on that, but has the freedom and flow to shift when need be. Last 2. And last one. So nice. Let's stay on this right leg and work the quad. Since we are in earth element season and just ending it, we'll celebrate with that stretch. So bring your left foot on top of your right ankle. Your right ankle is going to kick to the sky. I know the screen's not catching my legs when they're tall. So kick up with your right foot, and then the left foot is going to work to smush you down towards your pelvis. Relax to come up. Kick up with your right leg. My arms are the leverage behind my knee. My arms are straightish. And then you're going to plug the right leg down. Right leg kicks up, feel the engagement of the quad. This is where your stomach channel runs. It's really obvious to see it on these leggings. Where the color changes, this is about where stomach channel's running in the body. So really cool to be able to map that and see that The stomach channel runs from underneath your eye. It goes through your jaw, your voice box. So if you're having trouble with jaw tension, keep kicking up the whole time, team. You got it. Jaw tension, if you're having trouble speaking up, this is a great stretch to check in with because this whole chain of fascia links up into the face, right? And as it travels down, this chain of fascia goes through your nipple, through your guts, along the outside of your quad, along the outside of your shin. There's a nice little zigzags there, and then it finishes at the first and second little toes. Let's go 4 more. We can do it. Hopefully you have a little bit of heat in your quad. This is a great one for allergies too, to bring heat up into the stomach and then press the heat into the lungs to push out any pathogens that we don't want. Last one. Oh, you did so good. Let's rock it up. Stay on this leg for me if you don't mind. Come on up. We're going to do the balancing stretch to stomach, which is spleen. So take a dragon lunge, a wide-legged lunge. My right leg is out to the side, a little bit to the right. You're going to pull your right heel back towards your other knee, and then keep pulling your heel back. Sit yourself back like you're going into PE stretch, as Kyle Miller says, and then relax to come forward. Pull your heel back. You can also find your inner leg bone and upper arm bone pressing together. Keep pressing those two together as your booty goes back. Okay, spleen. What is spleen channel? Spleen and stomach make the earth element in Chinese medicine. They're partners. And the spleen is associated with enzyme production, obviously. Well, the spleen and the pancreas go together in Chinese medicine, and the spleen is clearing any junky red blood cells that don't bend and morph to fit down into your tiniest capillaries. So those guys are the spleen's capturing any of those red blood cells that won't bend and morph for us and clearing those out of the body. It also captures any hardcore pathogens that the body wants to kind of take into prison, the prison of the spleen. So it'll scoop up any hardcore stuff it doesn't like, bad bacterias, etc., and bring it to the spleen, and the white blood cells come in and they're like, no dice, team. We're gonna get this pathogen out of the bod. How about 3 more on this side? The pancreas that links up with the spleen is producing the enzymes and also controlling the blood sugar levels, right? Okay, that's cool. We're gonna do spleen's friend, liver. So send your legs straight out to the side. So if you're in tabletop here, your leg would just go straight out to the side. Micro bend in your knees so you protect your joints. Squeeze together with your inner thighs, and then booty goes back. Here's the best little stretch for the groin zone. Squeeze together with both legs. So you're hugging in, and then you're traveling back like you're gonna sit back into a child's pose with one leg out, and then come on forward. Squeeze in with your legs. Keep squeezing in. So good. And relax to come forward. Let's do 3 more for your liver channel here. Goodness gracious. Adductors. In the top of the adductor zone, I have a lot of scar tissue, and I know a lot of dancers out there, yogis, we can get a lot of scar tissue, or runners in this area, because we're so flexible in our hips that our body's actually trying to stabilize and handle any hypermobility. So if you're doing this stretch and it feels really sticky up there, it could be an indication that there's some scar tissue. Don't worry, it's totally normal. The body's always trying to balance out, but something to be aware of, right? Cool. Tuck your back toes. We're gonna send that leg all the way up and back. One-legged dog, please. Let your head go, let your shoulders shift down towards your hips. Bend your supporting knee so you're not locked. And then we're gonna squeeze in small ball, curl yourself up into the shape, and then imagine there's a golden thread connecting your nose to your knee. As your knee goes up and back, still connect with your nose, so you're engaging your right psoas as much as you can. Leg goes up and back into happy dog. Plug down with your right hand, and then squeeze together. Let's do 2 more. Hugging in. Keep hugging in. Knees trying to kiss your nose even as it goes up and back. Plug into your right psoas. Nice big stretch here. Getting a lot of space and connection.